Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be talking about a mental concept while I'm cutting my hair. So I kind of just wanted to talk about the idea of how you can do things that will make you look different, but don't go in too much into those insecurities. Change what you can actually change and know your restrictions, know your limits. Don't actually change who you are, who you come from, and, realize that there's always going to be a change that you can make that is way more positive than just changing exactly who you are, from the roots, you know what I mean? We gotta respect like our skin color, our hair, our things like that. Like, this is just who we are, right? And don't think that you need to just change all of yourself to be happy, you know what I mean? And so I'm demonstrating that with a haircut. You can choose if you want the beard, you want the goatee, you want like even your eyebrows if you really wanted to, right? These are things that we can choose and we can change, and know your limits of what you can change and know what you're comfortable with and who you truly want to be in life. Like, life won't always be giving you the most perfect circumstances, right? You will be getting like you'll get so much challenges and different hardships that you'll experience, and you have to realize what you already have, what you can work with, what you can do in your circumstances, and not look at, oh, I could only do this if I was a millionaire, I could only do this if I was given it through like external circumstances of you have to look at what options do you have in the moment and what can you do with what you have. It's like using the resources you already have rather than just hoping for a miracle or hoping for the most ideal time to get in. Starting rather than not just doing anything about it is 10 times better. You want to get it started. You want to have some sort of progress being made, a journey to be taking on. Like, changing your appearance, like your hair and like me doing my hair, is not changing who you are at your core. You have to keep those your dignity, keep your sense of your morals, who you are inside, and you change to how you want to be, and how do you want to be portrayed, how you want to be addressed, all these different things. You can do that. Allow yourself to be addressed the way you want to be, the way that you want to be respected, but don't change like, oh, my jawline's too, oh, my nose is a little too big, oh, my forehead, for example. Like, I could go to Turkey and go and add the hairline there, but am I really is that really gonna help me? That's up to you to decide, right? Like, maybe if I was truly like really affected by it and the costs weren't that much, helping that hairline is not really that big of a deal since I have so much money, or whatever the case may be in that situation. Since I'm not willing to, throw that financial thing towards that and go to Turkey and do all those expenses, I'm not going to do it. And I should know what my limits, know what my priorities are at this very moment. Every time I decide to cut my hair, I do it in white clothing, which is just the worst decision ever, but one day I'll learn. I want you to focus the concept of growth as in not becoming a different person, like not knowing my name, not knowing where I'm from, not knowing like it's not like I'm becoming quite literally a different person. You still are that same person. You are, I am Darius. You're still your name, whatever the case may be, but you're always going to be you. That's going to be you, right? And from your soul, you're not going to change, but you can change your actions, your things that you can physically change. Know your worth, know what things you can actually change, because I feel like then it becomes a thing of breaking down yourself with insecurities that you can't control, and insecurities that you shouldn't have, because so many other people have the same scenarios, and it's okay to be flawed, because that's called being human. And like, it's just like there's so many ways of being beautiful in that regard, right? Like, for me to cut my hair and to have it more slim and nice, it's just like, and then I can put glasses and I look completely different. Like, it's just crazy that you can control your appearance in that regard, right? You can take care of your skin a little bit better. You can like trim your hair in a certain way to make it look better. But from the ground, the foundation, you should know who you are when you take off the glasses, when your hair grows over because you don't have a hairdresser anymore, that kind of thing. I want you to realize that those things you can't change due to circumstance or environment, and you know, you should know your limits. Like noticing that this is where I came from, you know, this is my hair, this is what my hair were before, this is, you know, I used to have like really short hair. I used to cover up my forehead because I was like kind of, you know, insecure about that thing. I would not like when my hair is being tied up because it would show that, you know, the forehead, that it's uneven, that I have like basically a five head, right? I make that joke all the time that I have a big mind and I have a lot of thoughts. That's why I have a big forehead. And part of it is joking and part of it is reality, but I've came to really actually like it. I like that I'm being real with myself and not trying to hide it and not trying to, you know, pretend that it doesn't exist, because it does, and you need to be real with yourself. And I think I look absolutely beautiful for who I am. No matter what, you know, what hair I have, no matter what capabilities, I can always try to like maneuver things to organize it and make it a little bit more better, you know? Like sometimes I'll look like this, sometimes it'll look way longer, you know? Like, man, during COVID, I think if you look back to my older videos, you saw how big my hair was like this, you know? That was because I didn't like cutting my own hair, and I thought it was, you know, scary because I didn't want to learn a new skill. But now I've learned it, and, you know, it might be a little rough because I messed up this part a long time ago, and now I have this weird curve in my line. But it doesn't matter. That's called learning. That's called gaining experience, and that's called, for at least me, saving money. So I just think that the real set of transformation is not that you're growing into someone different. You're not becoming a different person. You're not becoming who you aren't. You're taking on that mindset that you are capable of shaping your own path. You're capable of choosing your own journey and knowing what you have, what items you have along the way. And the reason why I was doing this video is kind of like when I realized that you can do so much with your appearance with what you already have, it kind of made me motivated to talk about this, because there's a line between changing who you are and changing what you have. I can go from this, even this, to this, to this, or move it one direction and keep it like this. There's just so much you can do with what you already have. Took a shower and this is the final result. Pretty nice. Overall, decent, you know. The length is now like this. But, you know, obviously it's because it's wet, so it's flat. But with when it's dry, it doesn't look that bad. And also with gel or tying it back, so. But yeah, that's basically that. That's it. Knowing that you can look different, change your appearance, all those different things. Knowing your capabilities. But I appreciate every like, comment, and subscribe. Much love as always. I've been appreciating the growth on this channel. It's been amazing so far. And I hope to see you in the next one. Comment down for, you know, some more ideas and mental concepts that you want me to talk about, and I'll let you know my thoughts or if I'm going to do it. But I'll see you in the next one.